I want to turn now to the war in Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the IDF is close to ending a major phase of the war in Gaza. As Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem, that could mean a step towards a wider war on the northern border.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told a group of army cadets the IDF is close to destroying Hamas's capabilities. The IDF also announced an evacuation of Khan Yunis to get civilians out of harm's way as it prepares an offensive to clear out Hamas terrorists who fled there from Rafah. Meanwhile, the Biden administration says Israel must eventually let all Gazans return and settle in the territory. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken laid out the administration's terms for Gaza after the war.
And we know that there are three things that are unacceptable for Gaza's future: an Israeli occupation, Hamas perpetuating its leadership, or chaos, anarchy, lawlessness, which is what we're seeing in big parts of Gaza today.
Blinken also believes there's still a possibility of a ceasefire in exchange for hostages, but points the finger at Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar as the obstacle.
Mr. Sinwar is not only holding on to Israeli, American, and other hostages, he's continuing to make a hostage of Palestinian children, women, and men.
On the northern border, the fighting continues between Hezbollah and Israel. In June, Hezbollah has fired nearly 300 suicide drones, missiles, and rockets into northern Israel. Blinken addressed the possibility of an all-out war between the two.
60,000 or so Israelis who've been forced from their homes in northern Israel. Israel has effectively lost sovereignty in the northern quadrant of its country because people don't feel safe to go to their homes.
On Monday, the Anti-Defamation League filed a lawsuit for victims of the October 7th massacre. Anti-Defamation League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt announced that the legal action targets Iran, Syria, and North Korea.
This lawsuit, on behalf of more than 100 Americans who are affected by this attack, will indeed ensure that there are consequences to be brought for the bloodiest day experienced by the Jewish people since the Holocaust.
The lawsuit is demanding $4 billion in compensation and accuses these countries of providing money, weapons, and other assistance that made the October 7th massacre possible. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.